Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz, and I'd like to welcome you back once again to the Swapper. Last time we just finished off a couple of puzzles in the Xeno research area, as well as the planet survey. And although we need to go back up here in order to go through the airlock, we're going to continue forward into the metaphysical laboratories in order to collect a couple more optional orbs. So let's go ahead and get started on that.
Attention. Access to metaphysics via sample containment is restricted to qualifying empiricists.
Some of the minds that probed us believed only in the physical world. Some believed in something more. They never ceased arguing. By God, it's a giant rock. Now let's move on. I have been changed, as if the other minds like yours had a will that could cut through my own. Curious. Now, it's really easy going through these teleporters. They actually are in extremely just redundant places. The way for the thought of the passage of the day is the day for the thought of the passage of the way. Cool. Thanks for that. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to go up one more time, and I'll show you the pattern here in just a moment for our final Mind Watcher. T-U-V-W-X-Y-Z. Now I know your ABC. Won't you come and release me? It's a little creepy. Just a little bit. So we'll go down here. And now we should be visiting our last room right here. And with that, we've actually visited all the rooms here. Each teleporter will actually take you to the adjacent room. So if you go to the teleporter on the right, you will go to the right room, and so on. It's actually very redundant, so let's get out of here and head into metaphysics once and for all. Check it out. This place is pretty cool. It's got some very ominous music too, I'm not gonna lie. So here we have, wait, log 14. Wait a minute. We didn't get log 13. Some Watcher specimens are millions of years old, so it's fair to assume a high level of intellectual development. If they're telepathic as well, I think Hori 5's indigenous species may be the universe's oldest, most powerful quantum computer. If only we knew the programming language. Damn it, I really wish I took that CS5 class in high school, man. It would have really come in handy right about now. So here, check it out. We've got a giant head. It's very unusual, as well as a teleporter here. Now, you can take the teleporter to get out of here, and you'll notice there are actually 3 teleports to the right of this room. They'll actually take us to one of each of these rooms here, and we will collect those in just a moment. First, the other minds here were always turning. They thought of the world a little as we do. Wait, a little as we do? Or as little as we do? Is that a typo? They thought of the world a little as we do. I guess that makes sense. Just kind of unusual. So there's a couple of them in here. It's weird. So these 3 are right next to each other, and let's go and just get started. Let's see. This one actually isn't too bad. So this switch gets rid of that red light so that we can actually swap through it, but I believe this one gets rid of that blue light up here. I just want to double check real fast. Yes, it does. Okay, so if I recall correctly, I always feel like I do this one so wrong, like all the time. We're going to want to get a guy on... I'm a little too far. A little too far. We'd be able to swap out of here. And I guess we'll do... Alright, that's actually fine. We'll do this. And we'll make a clone up here. There we go, and we'll make him stay up there. Now we need to get rid of the red light, but we have no extra clones. So let's get everybody back in here. There we go. I'll go ahead and make a clone over here. Switch to you. Make a clone. Get rid of the red light. Swap to you. Collect our well-deserved Trigon orb. So let's get out of here before the music starts getting too creepy for us. I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so over here, as you would expect, you need to get rid of 2 of your clones here. And this threw me off the very first time I tried it, because now we only have 3 people to work with, including 2 clones. So, but this is actually a very simple puzzle. And having less clones actually probably makes it a bit easier. So we're going to kill this guy. There you go. And we'll get that guy right there. Now, this switch, I believe, gets rid of the blue light, and the bottom one gets rid of the red light. So what we need to do Let's put a person right next to the edge here. And put this man right there and swap to him. And make sure that you can still kill this guy while this guy stays on this platform. So there's that. Now what we need to do is get this clone over onto the switch here. There we go. Then we can make a guy right here. And just like in the last room, we need to make sure we don't move right, lest we wish our clone on the small ledge here to fall off. So, the music. Switch to this guy. Kill this man. Why music? Why you gotta be turning like that? We'll put one right there. Go ahead and swap to this man. If we can. And there we go. Another Trigon orb. It's not too hard. You just have to kind of think a little bit outside the box. That's weird. So let's get out of here, shall we? And, oh wait, we still have one more puzzle, never mind. As well as a memory terminal to read. So here's log number 13, the Watcher Metaphysics. What do they know about the weather? With no physical senses with which to perceive the world, we have to ask, what constitutes knowledge for a Watcher? How do they conceptualize death? And what do they know of the physical world? Watchers must have some conception of the natural physical forces which cause them to move in and out of one another's detection range. Such forces may be inexplicable for them, but then the human race has had great success in understanding the physical world beyond its gaze. The Watchers have likely theorized, and they have had rather more time than us to get things right. So these Watchers are actually really interesting. I kind of want to know more about them. And this one, this one actually gave me a little bit of trouble the second time I played it, as a matter of fact. So the idea here is to get on the other side of this area over here. You can't make a clone in that, and that fall is too high for anybody to survive. It'll just die. So we need to get somebody from the bottom here, and you're thinking, like, well, how do we do that? Well, it's actually quite simple. You actually spawn a person down here in the red light, and he'll survive that. And now we need to do some cloning business here. We'll pull this up with both characters, because they get rid of the, whoops, didn't want to do that. Damn it, that was squandered. Nope, no, you need to get rid of it too, good sir. Oh my god, pressing E and D at the same time is really annoying. Okay, there we go. It gets rid of those slabs there, and what we need to do is just have this guy right there, because when we get the switch back on, it'll move that one up, so, you know, it'll be much easier for us to deal with stuff. So, he's gonna be down there, and all we need to do is swap to him. Come on now, thank you. And we're good. There we go. So Trigon Orb acquired, and that is it for this area, which is completely optional, unless you want all the orbs, in which case you have to come back for it. So we're all done here. There's nothing left for us here. So now we just need to head over to the airlock. And oh god, that kind of scared me for a second there. I was like, why did the screen turn dark? Now let's get out of here with the creepy music. This might actually be creepier. Ooh, that might be... Oh, that didn't kill me. Alright, so to the airlock we go. Alright. So there's metaphysics over here. That's just an alternate, quote-unquote, alternate route. It's being overgrown, so... Can't do anything about that. To the airlock we go, ladies and gentlemen. A premonition of things to come. I'd like to welcome you to the deep, dark outer space. If you guys hear my stupid clicking mouse, I apologize. In case you're not familiar with this project and this is the first time you're watching, I'm actually playing this on a laptop, which actually is surprisingly decent for me, so... I don't know. This is awesome, though. Make sure not to get into the asteroid belt, lest you request death. Gravity on me, never let me down. Let's go. Let's go in here into the blinking light. Move forward. Do as she says. And here we have another teleport. So, in case you want to, you know, go across this vast expanse of empty space, you can just come back here anytime you want. And remember, you can go to any of these areas until the very end of the game. There is a point of no return, and I'll make note of that once we get there. But until then, you have free reign to go anywhere you want and collect any orbs that you might have missed. So keep that in mind. Let's get out of here. So log number 15, the transit order. Watcher sample 1. The head watcher is a vast watcher specimen, the first to be discovered on Cori 5. It exhibits far more neurological activity than the rest, seeming to function as a kind of group communications hub. The sample is being relocated to the Mind Science Laboratory, Sector 2, for extended observation, following red-flagged radiological activity. It's kind of interesting to note here that it is 112 tons, and because of that, they had to, change its route several times to different places. They can't just teleport it. So, just to give a size of its massiveness.
Good show, but we're running out of time. Dennett and I, we underestimated the Watchers. We have to stop them. Looks like gravity control's inactive. Get it online and come help me here.
So, once you have 30 orbs, you can go to this area where you notice the ground is looking a little unusual. We go and activate the control with E, and ladies and gentlemen, now we're thinking with gravity. So, we've got the introduction of gravity puzzles here, and it's actually pretty cool. You can do a lot of things here. Can't make clones in this because it's too blue, but you stay on the ceiling, and it gets pretty intense later on. And I accidentally, whoops. Okay, I don't know what you guys are seeing right now. I accidentally swiped out of the game there. You might have seen my desktop there for a moment. A watcher cannot be ended. A watcher always is. There's only disconnection from the chain. Huh. The irony in that happening right when I accidentally exited the game. Alright, what is destruction? Is it like being changed? Perhaps. Don't ask me all these questions. I don't want to know, man. Oh my
You're
god.
Here. Good. This is the first Watcher we ever discovered. The head. It sorts, filters, and distributes the thoughts of every Watcher in broadcast range. It also killed the crew. They're like every other living being in that respect. You corner them, and the defense mechanisms kick in. Very effective. Something in the air. We probably have a few hours to live. Unfortunately, these things are practically indestructible. There's no time to jettison them all and nowhere to run. You're going to have to engage it with a swapper device and take control.
Alright.
Once the Watcher mind is in your body, it'll be harmless. Once you're in there, just try to keep it together until I can come and pull you out. I wish you luck, but honestly, it should be straightforward enough. Get away from that thing. That isn't going to work.
Wait, what? Where are you going?
There's only one way to do this, and it's mine.
Okay, something happened there. So, all of a sudden she was really gung-ho about us going into the hive mind of the Watchers, and she just did a complete 180 on us. I mean, the screen flashed, and all of a sudden, she changed her mind.